Warriors will face Japan in the Amputee World Cup Round 16. Good evening. This is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Khadija Zimbwe. First, the national news. More than 300 lorries transporting cargo to various member countries of the East African Community through the Namanga border between Tanzania and Kenya have been stranded for more than a week, causing long queues as long as 7 kilometers, a situation that has inconvenienced other motorists. The queue is quite long. People come from Kimokoa to here in order to get food. Motorbike fare from here to Kimokoa is 5,000 shillings. A person can spend 10,000 for the fare alone. In order to survive, one needs up to 20,000 shillings. The question is the government aware of challenges faced by drivers? We are calling on the government to have dialogue with their counterparts in Kenya, because in Kenya they do not operate 24 hours.
Na nimpongeze kwa hili Mheshimiwa Rais kwa mahusiano ambayo ameyajenga.
I congratulate the Honorable President for good relations and her determinations of expanding trade activities between nations. It is important to set good environment for such activities. Now, Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa has directed non-governmental organizations to implement their activities by following procedures and regulations of the country and implement projects that are sustainable and beneficial to the people. Prime Minister Kassim Majaliwa made the statement in Dodoma after a forum for non-governmental organizations.
Bilioni 1 kwa miaka miwili, lakini mpaka mwaka wa pili umechimba visima 8. Umeisaidia hii jamii kweli?
It is important for ministries to create special departments that does follow up on development projects and its value if they are equal with funds allocated for the project.
Inaenda pamoja. Hapa inawasaidia pia hata nyie Watanzania ambao mmeamua kuwa na taasisi ambazo sio za kiserikali.
Wizara inayoisimamia itaendelea kushirikiana na wadau wote pamoja na vyombo vya usimamizi wa mashirika yasiyo ya kiserikali.
My ministry will collaborate with all stakeholders from non-governmental organizations by setting up strategies for sustainability of these organizations.
Zingatia utekelezaji wa mkakati huu.
Serikali kwa kushirikiana na wadau.
The government in collaboration with stakeholders should review policies of non-governmental organizations so that the policies will be current and accurate. With about 1,383,000 candidates expected to sit the National Standard 7 Leaving Examination between 5th and 6th of October this year, the National Examination Council of Tanzania, NECTA, has directed all exams committees to make sure procedures are followed in order to prevent loopholes of cheating.
Baraza la mitihani limeandaa karatasi maalum kwa watahiniwa wenye ulemavu wa viungo vya mwilini. Kwa hiyo hakikisha wanawapa mitihani yao kulingana na mahitaji yao. Aidha, watahiniwa wote wenye mahitaji maalum waongezewe muda wa dakika 20 kwa kila saa kwa somo la hisabati na dakika 10 kwa kila saa kwa masomo mengine kama mwongozo wa baraza unavyoelekeza.
The Minister of Health, Umi Mwalimu, has said the government will give priority to Kagera region in development of financial resources and facilities to address an outbreak of Ebola because of its geographical location, as it is surrounded by more than 3 countries, including Uganda, which has been affected by an Ebola outbreak in Mubende district, which is near Misenyi district in Kagera region, Tanzania.
Haujaingia nchini kwetu, serikali inaendelea kuhakikisha kwamba hauingii nchini, lakini tunatambua
Ebola has not yet entered our country. The government is making all necessary efforts in ensuring that the disease does not cross our borders. By bringing more experts, equipment, funds and protective gears so that once you get a patient should be detected early.
Kudhibiti ugonjwa ule usisambae.
Now, President Samia Suluhu Hassan has urged developed countries to support local innovators in developing countries who have created innovative solutions to challenges facing communities. Now, speaking at the World Innovation Summit for Health Wish in Doha, Qatar, President Samia Suluhu Hassan spoke on how local innovations helped Tanzania address the COVID-19 outbreak, and that is why it is important they get financial support so as to scale up their innovations.
Innovation to the remaining regions of Tanzania mainland and Zanzibar. These two innovations have significantly served or saved the life of mothers and children. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, despite the progress made in innovation in Tanzania and other countries in sub-Saharan Africa, we still face a number of challenges to enable their scale and diffusion within the health system. Such challenges include lack of skilled human capital, infrastructure, and funding to facilitate scaling of innovations, among others. I, therefore, urge you all to take this opportunity to seek ideas and discuss best ways on how we can address these challenges, especially when innovation is focusing to address people's needs and when we use locally available resources in order to minimize cost and ensure sustainability, and when innovation for life-saving conditions are readily available for non-commercial use, and when collaboration is key for success, and innovations that focus to invest on young generation will have bigger impact in future.
Now, the police force has said that it will continue to take measures that will ensure no one uses the rapid bus transport routes without a special permit. The warning was given by the traffic commander from Dar es Salaam Special Zone, ACP William Konda, during an inspection operation on the rapid bus transport roads.
Lakini kwa wale wachache ambao bado zana nzima ya utii wa sheria bila shuruti, bado tunaendelea kufanya misako ya pamoja na operation za pamoja tukishirikiana na wenzetu wa mradi huu ili kuhakikisha basi hawa wachache ambao hawataki kufuata taratibu, hawataki kufuata sheria, tunawashughulikia kwa mujibu wa taratibu na sheria tulizojiwekea sisi wenyewe.
Kwa niwaombe kamanda wetu wa operation wa zone pamoja na makamanda wetu na tukiongozwa na kamanda wa traffic wa zone yetu pia na makamanda wa polisi wa mikoa yote Temeke, Kinondoni na Ilala. Kupitia mfumo wenu na tukimaliza kikao hiki, nyinyi tengenezeni house style yenu na data ya namna ya zile dharura zilizotajwa na IGP.
Barabara hizi ni maalum kwa ajili ya huduma ya mabasi yaendayo haraka. Sasa hata sasa utasema bado hatujaanza kuendesha huduma hiyo barabara ya Kirwa, ukweli ni kwamba ujenzi unaendelea. Sasa unapopita mara kwa mara katikati ya maeneo yanayojengwa, wote tunafahamu utakwaza ujenzi, utachelewesha ujenzi na unahatarisha maisha wale ambao wako humo kwenye hizo kazi za ujenzi.
The U.S. Embassy in Tanzania has started to implement training for women entrepreneurs in various regions of the country that aim to empower them with skills that will enable them to operate their business activities efficiently.
I hope you realize you are now part of an alumni community of over 15,000 women from more than 80 countries. The network also includes participants from the first 5 Alway groups in Dar es Salaam, Iringa, Zanzibar, Mwanza, and Dodoma. Next year, we will train 120 women in Kigoma, Pemba, Kagera, and Mara regions.
Kwa namna nilivyoelewa hapa
These trainings require people with certain capacity. I would like to call on Honorable Ambassador to accommodate more women. This project is determined to support women economically by providing online trainings from University of Arizona. Now, the High Court of Tanzania has announced a new communication system via mobile phone and email with the aim of getting feedback and facilitate services for people following up on inheritance issues.
Ya simu ambayo tumeiweka mahususi kwa ajili ya kupata mrejesho lakini pia kupata elimu juu ya masuala ya mirathi ni 0739 502 401. Narudia 0739 502 401. Namba hii itapatikana saa 24 kwa sababu nayo huduma hii tumeiweka pale katika kituo chetu cha mrejesho, yani call center.
And that is the end of national news. International news follows up next. Welcome back, and in international news tonight. North Korea has fired a ballistic missile over Japan, the fifth launch in 10 days amid expectations that it is gearing up to test its first nuclear weapon in 5 years. Here's the report. The Japanese Coast Guard and South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff prompted warning sirens in northern Japan, with residents advised to take shelter. It was the first North Korean missile to fly over or past Japan since 2017, and Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida condemned what he called a barbaric act. South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol warned of a resolute response following the launch. In response to the launch, 8 U.S. and South Korean warplanes practiced bombing a target in the Yellow Sea later on Tuesday. Ukraine's president has signed a decree formally declaring the prospect of any peace talks with his Russian counterpart as impossible, but leaving the door open to talks with Russia. Here's the report. The decree formalized comments made by President Volodymyr Zelensky on Friday after President Vladimir Putin proclaimed partly occupied regions of Ukraine to be a part of Russia, a move Kyiv and its Western allies denounced as an illegitimate farce. President Zelensky said Ukraine is ready for dialogue with Russia, but with another president of Russia. Russia, on the other hand, has said it will wait for a change in Ukraine's position over peace talks and that it takes two sides to negotiate. The President of the Democratic Republic of Congo, Felix Tshisekedi, has replaced the head of the country's armed forces as part of military reforms aimed to boost efficiency. Here's more on the story. In a statement from the presidency, Christian Chiwewe Songesha, former commander of Republican Guard, an elite unit in charge of protecting the head of state, was named as the new Army Chief of Staff, replacing Celestine Mbala Musense. The new Deputy Chief of Staff in charge of operations, Jerome Chitambwe, comes from the same unit. The Deputy Director of Communications, Jiska Kosema, said almost the entire staff has been replaced by young officers, several from the Republican Guard, because they have proven themselves. And President William Ruto of Kenya has called on the judiciary and parliament to implement their duties diligently in accordance to the Constitution. President Ruto made the call at the funeral of the brother of his deputy Jackson Reriani Gachagua in Nyeri County.
Tushirikiane, kuna sheria tutapeleka bunge. Mimi nawaomba wabunge wetu kutoka pande zote, tuko na jukumu ya kupeleka taifa letu mbele. Nawaomba pia wale walio katika judiciary watusaidie ili tuweze kuhakikisha kwamba ile mipango yote ambayo inasaidia kupeleka taifa letu mbele lisiwekwe vikwazo na watu ambao wako na nia mbaya.
The end of international news. Business news follows up next. Welcome back, and in business news tonight, the Ministry of Finance intends to address challenges occurring in electronic tax payment system faced by tourism stakeholders in order to facilitate payments so as to increase national revenues and speed up development in the country.
It is important. Once traders need to pay tax, they should not face any network setbacks. We are ready to meet with those in charge in order to solve the problem.
Tunaenda kwenye chanzo cha matatizo hayo.
We need to come up with policies that are relevant to all key stakeholders.
NMB Bank has launched a new service called Mshiko Faster, which enables customers to get a loan via mobile phones from between 1,000 to 500,000 shillings to be paid within 28 days without having to go to any bank branch.
Huduma inayompa mteja fursa ya kukopa fedha kupitia.
This service allows customers to take loans through mobile phones. Loans range between 1,000 shillings up to 500,000 shillings. As NMB Bank Dar es Salaam Zone and Coast Region, the service is launched today.
Tanzania Revenue Authority TRA Integrated Tax Region Dar es Salaam has said that receipts claimed by consumers whenever various purchases are made has significantly contributed to curb loss of revenue.
I am one of winners for the draw competition that was held last week. I've already received my prizes, and I urge people to continue taking receipts after purchasing goods or services. They might become winners. I congratulate all winners who won 250,000 cash. I continue calling on people to carry on with the issuing and taking receipts whenever purchases are made. The efforts will help in building our country.
And that is the end of business news. Sports news follows up shortly. Be right back. And in sports news, the Tanzania national amputee team, Tembo Warriors, will play Japan in the last 16 of the Amputee World Cup proceedings in Turkey. Here's more on the story.
Tembo Warriors qualified for the elimination round of the Amputee Football World Cup 2022 after defeating Uzbekistan by 2-0 yesterday, following 1 loss and 1 draw in the group games. The win took them to third in their group with enough points and goals to reach the round of 16, and now they will play Japan. The game will be played this Thursday.
Kyrgios will seek to have his assault charge dismissed on mental health grounds. Here's the story.
Lawyers for the tennis star appeared in the Australian Capital Territory Magistrates Court on Tuesday and asked for an adjournment so forensic mental health reports could be prepared. They will then apply to have the matter dismissed under a section of the Local Crime Act. The Act gives magistrates the power to dismiss a charge if they are satisfied an accused is mentally impaired and dealing with the matter in the way will benefit the community along with the offender. The common assault charge relates to an alleged incident in January 2021 that was reported to Act Police in December.
A 36-year-old man who collapsed while running the London Marathon on Sunday has died, organizers have announced.
The man, who has not been named and was from southeast England, collapsed between mile 23 and mile 24 of the race. London Marathon events say the runner received immediate medical treatment and an ambulance was on the scene within 3 minutes, but he died in the hospital. The event organizers said everyone involved in the organization of the London Marathon would like to express sincere condolences to his family and friends. The family has requested privacy and no further details will be released in accordance with their wishes. The cause of death will be established later through medical examination. More than 40,000 people took part in the 26.2-mile race between Greenwich in South London and the Mall.
And Nottingham Forest are considering Rafael Benitez as a potential replacement for Steve Cooper, who is fighting to save his job after a 4-0 defeat at Leicester City left his side bottom of the Premier League. Here's more on the story.
Cooper's future is in extreme doubt after 5 successive defeats. There is an expectation that the 42-year-old will be sacked soon, even though he is the manager who guided Forest back into the Premier League for the first time in 23 years. Forest invested heavily after promotion, spending more than £150 million on 23 signings during a whirlwind summer. Cooper, appointed in September 2021 when the club were bottom of the championship, has found it understandably difficult to integrate so many players.
And that sports item ends our news bulletin for tonight. My name is Khadija Zimbwe. Thank you for watching and good night.
At 9:30 and get updated on what is happening in Tanzania and around the world on political, social, and economic issues and events, without forgetting business and sports news. You can get it all right here on Capital News at 9:30 from Monday to Friday on Zuku Channel 067, Digitech Channel 1103, and Facebook Capital Television Tanzania.
Sasa unaweza kutangaza biashara yako hapa ITV ukiwa popote Tanzania. Wasiliana na mawakala wetu wa mikoani.
Moshi Boisafi Shopping Center 0767552551 au 0764150743. Talanta Insurance Agents wapo barabara ya Posta, jengo la Fresh Coach Moshi 0767421822 au 0677480717. JM Communication wapo Marangu Mtoni 0754841319 au 0762013679. Arusha Lihundi Communication 0757200769. Megatop Agents 0754300810 au 0784682268. Dodoma Loshia Investment wapo karibu na Kisasa Peregina 0715603376 au 0784950300. City Boys Electronics